Welcome to the midnight tide, where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown. On a journey, you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost, with tales that chill and spirits roam. A freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tones, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Welcome to the midnight tide, where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown. On a journey, you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost, with tales that chill and spirits roam. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show.
The Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show.
What's up, freaks? How are you?
Hey everyone.
What is going on with you, Rhonda?
Nothing. I'm sharing us out. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. I hear our music.
You
I
hear
hear our
us?
theme
You
song.
hear us?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, right?
I swear, not having the Rift intro is really throwing me off. Like
I know.
timing
Like, I
wise.
was sitting there thinking I had a few more seconds. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What's happening?
I gotta eat each song to make sure it gets to the exact right time. So I'm not like 3 or 4 minutes early when it comes to the intro. Well, you know, we have to start this show out on a bit of a somber
Yes.
note.
Yes, we do.
So Monday morning, I was getting up
Yes.
and I was looking at the Book of Faces.
Yep.
And I saw a post from our friend David Flowers.
Yes.
And he talked about the passing of our good friend Jerry Pritchard Reyes.
Yes, that was so shocking.
It really was. I saw it and I thought it was like one of those things where you keep scrolling down and then you said please share or something like that, you know. When you read a post, you think it's all serious, and then it's like, I bet 3 of my friends won't share this or something like that. So I'm like, well, maybe that's what in some weird way. But you know, it's so hard for me to wrap my head around that she's gone.
Right.
I remember Michael White and I first met Jerry. We were looking for shark's teeth on, like, I think West Hampton, I think the name of the beach is. And she was there with her sons, and Michael started talking to her, and I had to leave to go home, but you know, he started hanging out with her, and she started coming to our events, coming to the cabin, and I started talking to her. And this was back when I ran the Vibe Network. And I asked her if she wanted to do a podcast because I was looking for more hosts for the network. And she was like, sure. So she started Vibe Time with Jerry. And, you know, I think she really blossomed into the person she was supposed to be. Because I don't know if she was, I think she was interested in the paranormal. I think she knew she had gifts, obviously, but I don't think she was affiliated with any kind of group or anything. But you know, she became one of my really good friends, and you know, it's very sad that she passed away. I know she had heart problems before, and I think she, from what I understood, from what I read, that she said she was feeling sick, and her husband was rushing her to the hospital, and she didn't make it. So, guys, this show is.
So be careful, because I mean, they say heart attack in women is very different than a heart attack in men, and sometimes it doesn't seem as catastrophic as it's going to be, because you just feel off or not right or sick. It's not that gripping pain that men sometimes feel. So please, women out there, if you're feeling off in any way, get checked out.
Howie, I put YouTube in phone, or at least one of my channels in phone mode, the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show in portrait mode, and then the rest are in landscape, to make it, I guess, easier for people to see on their phones, maybe. So Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show on TikTok and on YouTube are in portrait mode. So, you know, we are an educational show.
Yes,
right?
We are.
We like to educate people, and we also are a musical show. We enjoy bringing people, or at least exposing people to new kinds of music. And I found a song here that is not only educational, but a lot of fun, and it will make you look at the flag of Virginia a very different way. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video for you guys.
Where are we going with this?
Let's see here. If I can find it. Here it is. Here we go.
Virginia's flag is the best state flag because it has a titty. There's a dead tyrant and a call to violence. And did I mention a titty? Oh, your flag has a bear. Oh, your flag has a star. Well, get a load of this titty. Virginia is for lovers, and I guess that's why our flag has a big old titty.
So that gives me a new appreciation for the flag of Virginia, guys. So we do have the best flag, because
we have the best flag ever, because
the best flag because it has a titty on it. Before we get into the readings, the cards, I do have to wish everyone that's a very happy National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day.
Oh, good. Yeah. Man, wish I'd known. I had
a
piece of a brownie today, but not a cookie.
Damn, man. I didn't have a cookie either. So we're a bunch of cookie Scrooges over here, I guess.
Yeah, I did have, because, you know, if you're ever in Port Royal, Virginia at Horn's Restaurant, they have a bunch of cakes and pies and
You bet,
brownies
girl.
that are homemade that are the jam. And I picked up some Saturday, so I had a little bit left.
The jam. What rabbit hole is he going down? No, I am down a freaky rabbit hole there, Nathan. There's that beautiful song that we listened to
Yeah.
was by Grief Cat Party Time. So I'm gonna give them a shout out.
Cat party time.
Grief Cat Party Time.
Reef cat.
Grief. So
Okay.
a sad cat party time. People call me Aunt Cookie.
That
That was not my nickname in high school.
was not.
No.
Was yours Uncle Cookie?
Uncle Cook, Uncle Cracker. Uncle Cracker?
Uncle Cracker.
Uncle Graham Cracker.
Graham
I
Cracker.
love chocolate chip cookies. Oh, me too. Chocolate chip cookies are my favorite types
Yeah,
of cookies.
they're good stuff.
And of course, that girl with the cookie emoji.
Yep.
That's right. I love me chocolate chip cookies. All
I
right.
mean, I've
So
never had one I didn't like.
do what?
I didn't ever have a chocolate chip
No,
cookie
exactly.
I didn't like,
The best-
except when I got an oatmeal raisin and I thought it was a chocolate chip.
Oh, that's just wrong.
That's the only
That is
time.
just
That's the only
wrong.
time.
It's like drinking a Sprite and you take a water instead and you think you're drinking Sprite. Like, oh my God, what
Well,
is this?
you ordered a soda and it's tea.
Yeah.
No
Or you
offense.
order a sweet tea and it's unsweet tea.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
right on.
Come on. All right. So it's been a week. And
Been a whole
I noticed that since you did do the reading last week, it's been a lot less chaos in the world.
Man,
Since
I
you
felt
did-
like last week was chaotic, but that's just me. But we tried to keep it in check.
We try to, we can't fix the world, guys.
We
We're doing the
cannot.
best
All
we
you
can.
can do is control how you react to it, right?
Exactly. It's not our fault they don't listen to what we have to say. Listen to us, the world would be a happier place. But sometimes they
Right.
don't, and they have to learn, right? So
Yep, the hard way.
exactly.
Them lessons come the hard way.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they'll take heed of your advice this time. And
All right. Hey, Courtney.
Courtney's in the house. Hey, welcome back. Oh, welcome the
New
partnership
sponsor.
between Health City and the Rift Nation Network. The crossover event of the century, guys.
Right. No, it's the second crossover event of the century.
That's true.
The first is when Hill City
Yes,
and
our
the Freakin
Halloween
Awesome
event.
Paranormal Show do a crossover show.
Yes, yes.
As we all know.
Yeah, let's not get it twisted here, guys. They're following our
yeah.
example. Yeah. You're welcome.
Like our show kind of started the thing with them because it went off kilter way outside the lines.
Yes.
I'm
Now it's
kidding,
like, oh my
I'm
God,
kidding.
what are we
Really
gonna do
different, but-
to top what we did the year before? I'm like, oh my God, I don't
Right,
even know.
Oh no.
Don't even know. But
Yeah.
we'll figure something out. We usually do. So do you have the cards ready to go?
Yeah, I've got the card. They've been shuffling. Let me pull I'll pull one and see if I need any clarifiers. Let's see what we got.
Ready
Let's
to
see what we got for this week,
go.
everybody. Because it's been a little chaotic.
And you got a trip going up to Crescent Sanatorium coming up
this weekend.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
we've got Our Lady, Motherly Spirit. Let's see what goes along with that. What do we need guidance on? Oh. Okay. This is interesting. This is a little different than anything I've ever picked up before. The first card I got was Our Lady. Oops, I just dropped one. Where'd it go?
making it rain over there.
Yep. And it said apparitions, motherly spirit, right? So to me, when I hear motherly spirit, I think divine feminine. The next card I pulled was smoke, visions and signals. I feel like this is going to be very similar to last week. And the third card I pulled, which is interesting, is good timing man. Heartbreaker, silver-tongued and smooth. So when I kind of look at these, I feel like everybody needs to be very cognizant this week of things coming forward to you that aren't quite what they seem. And if you feel like, this just doesn't seem right. This just doesn't seem quite right. No matter what it is that's presented in front of you that seems perfect, but yet you get that gut inkling that, but is it though? Because something don't feel right. I feel like that is your spirit team kind of talking to you and giving you that signal that, yeah, it's not as good as it seems. So you need to pay attention to that. That's a little darker than I like to go for our like weekly reading, but it just seems like for the collective, you might be hearing things that seem too good to be true. And if you feel like it is, then it is. So tread lightly.
I mean, I don't think that's a dark,
No, it's just kind of like, it just feels a little darker than what I usually have. But it's like, yeah, if you think if something seems too good to be true and you suddenly feel like it is, it might be. It just might be. So you need to pay attention to your gut this week and listen to what it's telling you.
Follow your intuition.
Yep. And I think that rating might actually have been for me a little bit. So just saying.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Guys, don't just take a second look at things. Things aren't as good as they seem, or like, well, maybe I need to rethink this. Go ahead and rethink it.
Or if you just get that nudge like, I don't know if I want to take that route. I don't know if I want to drive the highway. Maybe I should take the back roads. If you get that inkling, do it.
Maybe I shouldn't go 85 into 55. Maybe I should slow down.
I never look at that, though. I never look at that. Like 85, 55, let's go.
You shouldn't
what's the car in front of me doing?
Driving.
Right.
So, yeah, we are giving you life advice. These are life hacks, guys, to make your life a better place.
Yeah. But when you get that inkling, it's somebody trying to protect you from what's in front of you that you think is not right.
People always ask you, like, well, I don't know how I talk to my guys. How do I? Well, there you go. You guys, when you're telling you not to do something,
be pushing you, and you'll just suddenly be like, why am I suddenly thinking that's not a great idea?
Feels dark because it's naughty. I mean, just because it's naughty doesn't mean it's dark, but that doesn't hurt.
That's true too.
That just doesn't hurt.
It's naughty does not mean it's dark.
Exactly. Just because it's dark doesn't mean it's naughty, but it's more fun.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Borderline wrong. That was my nickname in high school. Borderline
that
wrong.
Sounds about right.
That's right. I was like Madonna. I was over the borderline. Tell you what.
The
borderline. All right, guys. Let's bring our guests on.
Let's do it.
Because we are talking enough BS. We might as well bring them on and let them talk.
We're BS, and let's get the experts of the BS
with us. Let's bring in Colin and Jess. Full of paranormal BS podcast. If I can get the words out of my system, guys.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. So, to start off the show, I'm going to start asking you a hard-hitting question. Because that's what we do here in the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show. We're going to go in the Wayback Machine. We're going to get our time machine. We're good in our DeLorean. We're going to hit 85 miles per hour. We're going to go back to the 1990s. You're about to go ghost hunting. What is the song that's going to get you pumped up in the 1990s to go ghost hunting?
It's not 90s, but for me, it's Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone. Like that, I don't know, like that song just vibes.
You skipped the 90s right to the 80s.
I did. I don't know how to stop.
Push the wrong date into the controller and just bypassed us. We're back here. You're way up back in the 80s.
Probably something from Alanis Morissette. I'm obsessed with her. So
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Like pretty much anything from the Jagged Little Pill album.
I can see you vibing out to You Want to Know. Just
yes, I was thinking You Want to Know.
It's the best breakup song of all time.
Well, that could be a spirit trying to tell you. You
Yeah.
ought to know what
You
happened.
all know.
Yeah.
How about you, Rhonda?
Oh my gosh, it's hard. Like I blend my early 2000s with my 1990s. They're kind of blending together, so I'm having a hard time with this one. Yeah, I don't
There were
know.
like a ton of songs in the 90s.
I know.
I mean, there were a lot. I put in my head, I had "You Could Be Mine" by
You could
Guns N'
be
Roses.
mine. You could be mine. Yeah, I'm struggling with that one.
Yes, and we put you on the spot. That's the thing.
Yes, you
We
did.
did.
You
Again.
did not tell me it ain't wrong to be pre-prepared.
Hard hitting
Especially
questions.
since I'm like an 80s kid.
Oh, sorry. Oop, I got this. Angie's coming through.
Nope.
Oh,
She's enjoying her time off from camp. She is done with Camp Hanover. So,
Good. Her-
yes,
How's she
we
doing?
are.
How's her knee? She's back to normal. now?
She's. I mean, it still hurts, but she's a lot more mobile than she was before.
Good.
So yeah, she the first week of camp, she whacked her knee on a like a post or something and broke her kneecap. So she'd been on.
Ooh.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
ow.
Yeah, she whacked that thing like she meant it.
Wow. Well, no,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah,
Cross
that's what I
that place
said.
off my bucket list.
I hope she's doing
Yeah.
better.
No, you're doing okay, right?
Yeah, much better.
Good.
I couldn't straighten it or move it for 7, 8, 9 weeks.
Yeah, it's been no cash for. She
Did-
couldn't straighten her leg for 8 or 9 weeks.
I was in an immobilizer brace. So that was
Did-
fun at camp.
Did she get vengeance on the pole that did this to her?
I almost took a sledgehammer to it, but I would probably have been in trouble with the camp, so I don't want to get her fired.
Well, I found out some of the staff and a couple of the kids that were there, they went at it, kicking it,
Yes,
and it,
Yes.
part of it broke
Vengeance.
off. So
Good.
it actually became even more of a hazard.
nice.
Oh, boy.
Okay, they made it even more dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it'll come back around and become a maypole in like 30 years.
Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. We have Callie Girl 143 watching us on TikTok, so shout out to her.
Hi, Callie girl.
Hey.
Thanks
Hello.
for joining.
So I listened to your Lizzie Borden podcast. I tell you
Yeah.
what, you guys do some research
Yeah, we do.
on your podcast. How long does it take for you to get to the point where you're going to record? Like, you do weeks, like do it once a month? What is your schedule?
Well, once it's released, which we release at the first of the month, we maybe give ourselves a couple days and then we're right back into it. So we're getting the questions together, and then based on the questions, we do the research and we do that for a few weeks, and then we record probably like almost 2 weeks before the episode has to come out. And that's been our routine.
Yeah. And it's changed. Like in the very beginning, we were, because Jess and I were college buddies. So we were kind of on this routine of going, we can cram.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. And then we realized I'm old. I don't cram. Like I can't retain this information as well. I mean, we have notes and all that kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
I was like, all of this cramming that we were doing, we realized we ourselves, like we had a big conversation. Like it was like, we were kind of rushing. And we were like, no, we can't do that. So we changed our entire formula.
Our whole schedule got flipped to where we were trying to like record, I think, towards the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
But then we flipped it and now we record towards the end of the month. Just so we could give ourselves enough research time, because we just want to make sure we're accurate with everything, that we're not giving any false information out. So we take pride in that.
Yes. Yeah. We feel that, you know, and like Ryan, I've had this conversation with you. It's like, you know, when you kind of listen to a lot of these podcasts and you watch a lot of these shows on YouTube and stuff, I know that it really like grinds my gears, when I'm hearing information that is not either information I'm not sure of or information that I know is incorrect. And so, yeah, Jess in the very beginning of this was like, we need to really, because we don't want to present false information to anyone. That was never a goal. We don't want to speculate for things. Like, that's the reason why we cite our sources, and we come into it knowing this is where we got this from. If you guys want to research a little bit yourselves and come at us with it, here you go.
I love your dynamic with each other. What is your perspective on the paranormal, Jess?
Yeah, you're the skeptic, right?
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead.
What's my perspective of the
Yeah,
paranormal?
what are your thoughts on the paranormal?
I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I just think there's a lot of stuff that's presented as evidence that I don't really consider evidence. I think there's you know, there's things to explain a lot of it, you know, whether it's scientifically or psychologically. And, you know, it's more towards like the mainstream paranormal investigators that, you know, where a lot of it is for entertainment, but you know, they'll give the wrong information about things instead of doing their research. And they'll get evidence that, in my opinion, they could push further and go more into it. But then they kind of just stop and they're like, well, this is the evidence, but I feel like they could go further to make it convincing evidence.
Yeah. She had a really good point. We actually, in our Fox Hollow episode that we just released, we actually talked about that, you know, and that was something that I know Jess brought to my attention. And I did try to argue it a little bit and say, well, you know, it's with the television and media and you only have so long. But Jess was correct. You know, when you have someone such as Mr. Bagans, who has all of these open world resources, even after an episode airs, it's like, you still could have really made me a believer by going further with your research or your evidence and going, you know, put it out there on your socials or put it out there somewhere so that people can see that you went further. And now it's like what was it, Jess? It was the they got on their words, Colin.
I wish I knew what you were talking about, but I don't know.
When they were in the woods in Fox Hollow, they were using a ghost box and they had gotten this saying, or it was like, I'm here in the middle.
It was pertaining to a victim, and they said they were communicating with the victim and they asked where the victim's body was. And I think it was Zach who pointed to a bush and said, oh, it's here. Or no, or what is it over here? And then the ghost box went off and said, found it or got it. And then that was it.
That was the end.
No, it says they only bother looking for the body. Oh,
yeah,
it's here.
They think they're contacting an actual victim, and this victim is telling them, oh, this is where my body was. And there's a university that's not too far away that they could go. There was a whole dig site done by the university. They gridded off everything. So to me, I felt like, you know, especially it being Zach Bagans and Ghost Adventures, that they could have sent somebody from their team to go up there, maybe double check that information, because if it was accurate, that's really good evidence, but they never pushed it further than that.
I mean, I think if you're going to base your belief in the paranormal on a television show, you know, I think it's the wrong way to do it. You know, because paranormal, you know, is such a personal thing. Like, unless you were there,
yeah,
Unless you know the exact circumstances, you've always got to have that doubt, because unless you experience it yourself, you're not going to know for sure. That's why a person's word is so important in this field, because once something is faked one time, then who's going to believe you every other time?
Right. Yeah.
So I completely understand where you're coming from when it comes to like, well, it could be this, it could be that, because it could be that way for any kind of paranormal evidence, unless you really trust the person and trust what they're saying.
Yeah. Right. And it's, I'm not saying that these instances wasn't, the ones that I argue against on the show, I'm not saying that they're not paranormal. I'm just offering a different perspective of what it could be, because then the question becomes like, well, it could be real, but it could be fake. So what do we have to do to ensure that whatever we get from this will be real, and genuine? So I feel like there's a lot of components that go into getting really good evidence, and what's being spread around in the paranormal entertainment world right now, it's all the evidence I'm seeing doesn't convince me, or I feel like it could have been pushed further to become convincing evidence.
Yeah, I'll freak out when a REM pod goes off. I don't be like, oh my God, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Like keep a level head, like.
Yeah. So you would feel like both, they should be doing more at the time to try to get multiple sources of proof, as well as after the fact, go do more research.
Yeah. I don't think it should end when you get that EVP, or you get that, spirit box response or thermal imaging or anything. Like, I don't think it should stop just when you get that. I think if you're getting specific answers, pursue that further, see if those answers are right. Are these names correct? Is what I was told correct? Is there anything I can sync it with in the factual real world that will make this, that might prove to people like, hey, listen to this. This might be something. But instead, I feel like it's almost inundated with all of this evidence that is just kind of thrown out there without, and being like, this is evidence. This proves it. Well, no, it doesn't, because it also could be these other things. So what are you going to do to further that, to make sure it's convincing next time?
Or at least show how you tried to debunk it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
A lot of those shows are like a drive-by investigation. It is when just want to get the highlights out, and then because they spend half the show doing the history and the walkthrough, and then they only have a half hour to actually show the investigation. So I'm guessing if they spend a lot of time going through like how they got one EVP, then they would have like just that one EVP and that would be it. So I guess maybe they do like even like on the YouTube channel or a Ghost Adventures After Hours or something like that. Do something like, well, this is how we actually got the evidence, and if people want to watch it, great, they can watch it, but at least you're putting the effort out to show your work and stuff. So but yeah, I agree that there are plenty of explanations for things that people see. But what really gets me is when people explain things like, oh, there must have been headlights. Like, if you don't know what headlights look like by now, when you're 30 years or 40 years old investigating a haunted location, then you probably need to not investigate a haunted location.
Well, and that's... I was going to say, knowing that, like, we're talking about the things that after the fact, but most of these things do not show the things you do prior to an investigation. But prior to you getting in there, going and checking your EMF meters, seeing where you've got hot spots, seeing what the normal temperature is in a room. They don't show that either.
Mhm.
Not anymore.
No.
They used to back in like the 2000s and with
Ghost Hunters
not
would
with
do
Ghost
that,
Adventure, but
yeah.
Ghost Hunters. Yeah, Ghost Hunters would do that. But even furthering to kind of Jess's point, like we've kind of run across this pattern of and our producer Bree, who's Jess's sister, like she's like handpicked these locations and we kind of go over stuff, but we've kind of run across this familiar pattern of is the location such as the Lizzie Borden house, is it a money grab? Is because one of my favorite points, and I've told Jess this a million times and I'll say it again, one of my favorite points that Jess had is that the question was about, do we feel that Lizzie Borden's spirit is still at the house? And Jess's point was, it has to be. They need it to be in order to get people there. And that made me, because I was like, because it's true. It's simple, but it's true.
But how do we know? That's the
But
thing.
does that fall into, and I'm probably going to lose some terminology here, but the fact that we know a conscious collective can create something.
Manifest,
so they need it to be there, so everybody believes it's there, and hence we get something.
Yeah. And so just, and that's what Jess kind of really drives home really well is that she's kind of finding these really great opportunities. But even with the idea of like not pursuing, I think we talked about it in Lake Shawnee episode. There was a really cool moment in the Portals to Hell episode to where they caught the cameraman was watching a vehicle drive by on the road that's beside Lake Shawnee, and in frame they caught a shadow figure of it was clearly a person. And they're like, what? We caught someone, blah, blah, blah. And they're all freaking out. And then they go to commercial and then they just never bothered with it again. And it was like, even if it was one of their crew, could they not have just stated, oops, sorry, debunked something? And so without doing that, it does kind of make you think that a lot of this is set up, to not be real, which is kind of disappointing in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like, would it be a less attractive place if we have a ghost but it's not Lizzie Borden, if it's the I don't know, a little girl or whatever? Because are you there to contact ghosts, or are you there to contact Lizzie Borden?
Yeah.
So I have a question. This is just opinion only. When we're talking about these TV shows, you see a lot of shows have disappeared or teams have broken up because somebody was faking evidence. I'm going to say I have done some investigating with some folks, and when you go investigate them with them on like it's a public, but it's not like something that's going to be on TV. They just kind of sit there, and so I'm going, did they really know it was going to be faked?
Yeah.
Like, were they the one faking the evidence? Was somebody else doing it and they just took the fall?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In respect to that, I think sometimes it just depends. I know, Nick Groff, is it Groff? Nick, from Ghost Hunters. I have his name right here. I don't know. I actually,
Grant or Jason
I actually sent him, a message. Oh yeah, no, Nick Groff. I was correct.
Okay.
Like Nick Groff does his show on YouTube now, and like he actually has people like come out when he's at a location, and like he will investigate. He's been really open. Mustafa Gadaliri, who I've investigated with, he was really cool. He was really, they actually investigated. And honestly, I just kind of think it depends on. When it comes to the television shows, I think it depends on your claim to fame or your level of fame. When it comes to that, in my personal opinion, I think there are people out there who, got a little big headed, and they have production people to do that for them now, but you have some who are out there for the craft who just happen to have a producer backing them.
Gotcha.
What would you consider a solid piece of evidence, Jess?
Ooh.
Have you seen one that it's like, holy crap, this is real?
Man, okay. I don't know if I should say this.
You're amongst friends. It's all good.
I just don't want to get in trouble because I know that these guys are pretty big in the paranormal community. But I watched the Sam and Colby Conjuring investigation.
Oh yes, that's has quite a reputation.
Yeah, and the I believe their names are Cody and Satori.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. I was blown away by it the first time I saw it. But then stuff started coming out, and then and then like the more you watched it, it became harder and harder to believe. And then their response, like I understand it, but I don't think it was necessarily a good one. And yeah, I felt really deceived, honestly.
Yeah.
But at first I was completely blown away by what they did. I thought it was incredible. But then, you know, people figured some stuff out. They found old footage. They did their history on those sisters, and brought up that whole thing. I think they were the Fox sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when looking back over their stuff, it it kind of made sense. And then you wait for their response, and then it just wasn't a very satisfying response. It didn't really make me believe them, unfortunately.
Yeah. It was the refusal to take off the socks for me, right? Like that was when the husband was like, "No, I'm going to leave them on." It was like, "Yeah, but that's the whole claim, right? Like that's what we're trying to debunk, and you refusing to keep them on, please, is kind of like, oh, that does not help at all, unfortunately." And I said the same thing. Like I've seen Satori and husband at cons, and I kind of look away, to be honest with you. And it's like no offense to them and no shame to them, but I like Jess, I feel deceived, if I'm being honest.
That goes back to what we were talking about before. You know, if people don't believe you, then it's a death knell to your paranormal career.
Yeah.
Like,
I just wish their response had been better.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I feel like I feel like if that had been better, then people would have rallied more on their side.
When a response was like, "I don't want people looking at my feet,"
Yeah,
or something like that. Like the only feet crowd are going to be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, and there was ways that Sam and Colby wanted to test their abilities, and and then they said that they didn't want to feel like guinea pigs, which is understandable. But when you're doing something that's so groundbreaking to the paranormal world like this, I feel like it should be tested.
Yeah. Plus, thoroughly. It wasn't like it was only seen by a few hundred people. It was like a big deal. It was like all over the place, and you would think it'd be like, I want to, show it to the world. I don't care if it turns me into a guinea pig. If it proves what I'm doing is legit, then I will show my piggies off to whoever wants to see them, and I'm going to do this, and people know for sure that this is for real.
Right.
I agree. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I can see why it was disappointing because of, again, I watched it too. I was like, holy crap. But it's really one of those things where you need to be there and you need to believe what people are saying. Like people have to have believability. Because a lot of evidence is like, if you hear a knock or hear something weird or someone else hears something, but you don't, it's like, do you believe what they're saying? Do you believe they heard something? Or, it's all.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I never want to, tell anybody they're not experiencing what they're experiencing.
Well, I didn't mean you. I didn't mean you. Just you or yourself.
No. I know.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not signaling you out.
No. Okay, I didn't take it that way at all.
All right.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, Jess, what do you think? God. Come on, Jess.
Gosh.
No, if somebody thinks they experienced something, I'm not going to stand there and call them a liar, even if I am a skeptic. I will present
Hey,
other things, other explanations for why they might have experienced it, but I would never stand there and be like, no, you're lying. I don't believe you at all. So yeah, it really does come down to your personal experience.
Unless it's for me, unless it's like EVP or like video evidence where I could see something clearly, every other piece of evidence for me is kind of like, okay, that's cool. But I'm not gonna be like, holy crap, that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Something tangible like a good EVP or like or spirit box, whatever, stuff like that. Anything audio or visual that is not, lights going off on the device. For me, that's what I consider real tangible evidence. Now you can go down the flashlight route if you want. Because there are some interesting things with that, but I mean, with what we're doing with the paranormal, it is on us to prove it that they're out there, and having some device go off isn't gonna convince someone who's skeptical that there is paranormal activity at a location. So again, and I'm glad that we have people like you out there, Jess, that will point out certain things that maybe paranormal investigators are, I want to say blind to, but they don't think about. And if you're going through it like with that mind, and you look at every other like option, and you come out saying that it's paranormal, that just gives it 1,000% seal of approval right there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of course investigators, if they do it the right way, they will try to debunk it as best they can. But we may not go that extra mile down the road. We'll go because we want it to be real.
Yeah. I want it to be real. I'm a skeptic. Yeah. I still want it to be real. Yeah. I want that to be real.
That's why we play around with different resources on the show. Like I can't tell you what the next episode is, but and you guys can guess, but I will say that Jess gets to look at some security footage and try to kind of debunk it. And I'm excited. It's in color, and I know what I've seen with it. I've looked at it numerous times, and I'm like, I can't wait for Jess to look at this because it's something we haven't looked at. We've never used surveillance footage before in the show as proof of evidence. So, this is a place to where that has some surveillance footage that we get to look at and diagnose. And once again, it's just a different element that we get to bring into the show. And that's exciting. I personally, I think Jess might become a believer when
let's slow down a little bit.
Breaks here, guys. Come on.
not with
breaks.
I think Jess might be a believer when we, in this sense. So one thing that we are doing because we are full of Paranormal BS Podcast, we have our big umbrella, which is Ghostlight Paranormal. And that's everything kind of sits under that. So we are a group of Ghostlight Paranormal, and we are Jess, we talked about this. We're looking to do our first ever on location
episode where we go to a haunted location. We record our episode with both voice and video. And as we're asked questions about certain like hotspots and stuff, we actually go sit in those hotspots to discuss it. And that's something we would love to do in the future. But
Ryan, do you know of a place?
We don't know where we could possibly do that.
Oh man, I think I might know of a spot
Do you?
here.
I think
Uh,
we could help.
I think
Really?
we may be able to join you in said spot.
Ooh, that would be even more fun.
So that is something that Jess and I have discussed at great lengths, and
Mhm.
we our goal is for what we're looking at goal wise is August of next year of doing our first ever on location at the cabin on 360.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
That-
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
We-
excited.
We got big plans. We
Yeah.
got the podcast is just the beginning for us. There's so much
Martha.
stuff we want to do.
Yeah, that place is. Oh my god.
That I feel will
love
make
to-
Jess a believer. I do.
I think
there's
so.
He's been saying that, yeah.
I think so too.
yeah.
Yes,
It's we thought about it's just the perfect median for us because I'm in we're in different states, so it's like the perfect median. I've been there numerous times. Jess does intensive research on locations, and so I was like, this is like the perfect median for us to really get out there and investigate. It's a safe location, which is something that. Look, when we go out, we do these hospitals, we do this, we do that. It's, sometimes things can be a little unsafe. And, I really wanted a location that one blew my mind, which was the cabin on 360. And then two, I wanted a location that was readily available for Jess. And it would be easy to podcast there with.
And we have
equipment,
Wi-Fi
which-
at the cabin.
You guys got Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Wi-Fi and everything.
And air conditioning,
So-
working toilet, microwave,
Yeah.
coffee maker.
Yeah,
we are
Right,
living
all
a
snacks.
lap of luxury at the cabin. on
We've
360,
talked
guys.
about all kinds of details, just
Yeah.
because we just really want to do it. We think that would bring what we do to a whole new level, especially for me. It's kind of boring being the skeptic sometimes. So I would love to be able to sit there and feel it out myself
did.
and be able to speak from that point of view, rather than just, my science and facts and, all that fun stuff.
So I have
Yeah.
a
And then for
question
me,
about
it
that.
was. Oh yeah, go
Do
ahead.
you-
Sorry.
As a skeptic, do you prefer to go? Would you prefer to go in knowing everything about the cabin or nothing about the cabin?
See, we've been going back
talked
and
about
forth
that,
about
yeah.
this because I really want to do an investigation where I just don't know anything. But I feel like to do the show the way we do it, I would have to research. But at the same time, there's a part of me that doesn't want to know anything. So if I experience something and it's connected to some,
Yeah.
to an actual thing, like it will be way more convincing.
Yeah. Well, we
so-
also
That would be
talked
really
about
cool.
like, we talked about Jess really kind of like staying on the true crime aspect of what happened there, and then also the battlegrounds and what the
Mhm.
cabin was and all of that.
Maybe not so
and-
much what the haunted,
Paranormal, yeah.
the paranormal reports are, just sticking strictly with the history.
Okay.
So, but we got time to figure it out.
Oh, yeah,
There's,
we've got-
yeah.
Yeah, I think knowing the history of a location helps with the investigation because you can call out certain names and if you say I don't know a Civil War general's name and you get an EVP that can help confirm. But if you don't learn about, I guess like you said, the paranormal activity that's happened there, that would probably be the best thing to do.
Mhm.
Unless you're again, if you're a medium and you don't want to know the location history, then I can understand that because if you go in there and everyone's already told you what's happened there,
Mhm.
that doesn't really help your case.
Yeah.
So-
I'm definitely not a medium. Or at least I don't think so.
I'm an extra large personally, but
And then I was
um,
like, are you feeding? Like, okay, they always talk about feeding the medium, but what about feeding the skeptic? You know what I mean? So you know everything that happens, but what if something happens? Like, I just feel as a skeptic, if you don't know, and then it happens, and then we can give you the history to prove it.
Yeah, I know. It's
Oh, you walk
I
in the
don't
room and say, "Oh, this."
I don't
room
know
is
if I want to
slipping
go
so
see it.
weird.
I'm so like you said, you listened to our Lizzie Borden episode. We go hardcore with the research. So it would be so difficult for me not to look anything up, but I would for the sanctity of the investigation. I would. But
Psychological priming, as
yes,
Jeff called
I
it.
talk about that a lot on the show,
Yeah.
psychological priming. Yeah, and in order to avoid that completely, I would have to go in very blind.
I feel like you need to go in with a very open mind as well. I'm not
Mhm.
saying think of it like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not saying where it's like you've got to believe everything that happens,
Mm.
but at the same time, you've really got to open yourself up to the possibility that something could happen. And that's because I think a lot of times people if they have a skeptical mind, sometimes stuff happens and they don't want to believe it. And
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely things I could potentially experience that I would have an excuse for, but like I said before, I want to be proven wrong. I want it to be real. I've always had an interest in the paranormal. Really anything macabre I've really been into. So I would love to be convinced. I would love to have some experience that maybe puts me more on the side of the believer. I mean, it's not going to keep me from clocking somebody if I think their evidence
You
isn't
will.
good. But who knows? Maybe I can be leaned more that way, and that's only going to come when we really start to go out there and do these investigations. And
have you ever been on investigation before?
Mhm.
You have?
Yep, from
Okay.
with this guy
Did
right
anything
here.
happen at all? Like to make you anything?
Okay,
crazy happen?
so the craziest one I remember was all the way back in college, which we went to a popular cemetery there.
Yeah.
That was really like, what would you say? How would you describe that cemetery?
Are you talking about the degraded side?
Yeah, the
Okay,
degraded side.
Yeah. So in this small town, the cemeteries were segregated, and the white side was rich and fanciful pristine and well taken care of, and the other side was very degraded. The bodies were only about 3 to 4 feet under the mound of dirt.
There were coffins sticking up like corners of it out of the ground.
Yeah.
And I remember that we went in there and somebody had placed a recorder, like a voice recorder on one of the tombstones. And then we ended up walking more towards the woods. And then when we got back, we went to go retrieve the voice recorder and it wasn't there anymore. And we were looking around on the ground and it wasn't there. And then we turned around and one of those coffins I was talking about that was sticking out, it was just placed on one of those coffins. Wow. That's the craziest thing I remember really experiencing from our investigations. But because we were all together, none of us got separated. We were all staying together, and so nobody had that opportunity to move it because we stayed together as a group the entire time when we went around the cemetery.
It could have been another person. Even that's scary enough. If there was another person in the cemetery with you that moved. That moved.
But it was enough to spook me. That's for sure. Yeah. I was spooked.
Yeah, I mean there was nothing to do in this small town, and that was something that I've always been interested in the paranormal. So it was kind of like I would talk about it with friends, and like Jess and I would stay up late nights, kind of talking about it. I had what was deemed the Amityville apartment. And we had some crazy things that were kind of explanatory in a sense, that were happening there, that, you know, we would always have friends over, hoping to experience something in the apartment. And I would always take people out to the two cemeteries, or just drive around to find something, because there's just kind of nothing else to do. There was a Walmart.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot for us. So, you know,
that's
going
how
to
we got
creepy
into the paranormal.
places. Yeah, that's how. Yeah. It's been a while though since we've been on an investigation together. So I'm excited to get back into doing that again.
You know what I think would be fun, because we're coming close to the end of the show. I would love to have you guys back on. I'd love to watch paranormal videos with you guys.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And but
That would be so fun.
And we can go through each video, and we can see what you think, Jess.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Colin.
I love that. I love doing that stuff.
How does September 1st sound?
It should be good. I mean, our episode comes out that day.
Well,
Our next episode comes out. So,
Yes.
so it'll be kind of perfect timing, honestly.
Yeah, that's great.
Mhm.
Guys. So September 1st, we will have you guys back on, and we will do a Nuke's Top 5 review.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
that'll be a lot of fun. Thank you guys for joining us
Thank you
tonight.
Thank
Hope you guys had
you.
fun. It was
Yeah, this was a
talking to
lot
you
of
guys.
fun. I'm glad I finally got to meet you guys, not just in the chat.
Exactly.
We're so excited when Colin told us that you want to come on and join us.
Yeah, I thought you guys were so nice. I really dug your vibe when I watched him on the show. I'm like, oh, I got to meet these people. So
Aw.
yeah.
We really appreciate it. Where can people find your episodes? Lizzie Borden, Cali Girl, Lizzie Borden episode is out right now. She
Yes.
has some TikTok
Yep.
videos out, so that is out.
Yep. Yeah, that one's been out. Our latest one is Foxhole Farm. That was our latest episode. So Colin, you want to give that information? Because I'm blanking right now.
It's okay. No, you can find us on all the socials. So Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and we are YouTube. And then you can find our show on Apple, Spotify, YouTube,
Pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Amazon Music is what it's under for podcasts. But it's full of paranormal BS. And yeah, we've got 7 episodes out there right now, and it has been one heck of an adventure, I will say.
It really has.
The response and love we have gotten from people is absolutely amazing. So we thank you guys so much for tuning in to our BS and our antics and listening and giving us the love that you have.
Guys,
For sure.
you got. I listened to their show. They do an amazing job. Their banter back and forth is completely awesome. Go check them out. They do a great job with their shows. They're very balanced with paranormal stuff and the debunking and stuff like that. And they give a different perspective that you may not have thought of before. Yeah. So I would definitely recommend them. And I recommend you coming back here on September 1st, because they're coming back here.
Yep.
That day to do some evidence review. Let's see. This Thursday on TikTok, we have Jeannie Payette coming on, joining us. And then let's see, check my book of goodies here. We have got Tabby from Till Death Investigations coming on next Tuesday. And then a week from there, we have Susan Nadeau coming back to do free numerology readings for you guys.
Ooh.
So guys, we just give to you guys. We give, we give because we're just those kind of people. See you Thursday with Jeannie Pay. I was talking about.
I saw that. I saw it just go.
Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Rest in peace to Jerry Pritchard Reyes.
Please do some prayers for her family.
Yes, for sure.
Our condolences.
Yeah, it's very sad. And we'll be back here Thursday night, same freaking awesome time.
Same freaking awesome show.
Night, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Night.